you all, whether you're joining for the first time perhaps, or you're an A1 day one. Much love and light, you guys. It is Saturday night, and I'm feeling all right, you guys. I hope you're feeling at least just as well, right? Um, we're gonna do a pick a pal message tonight. Surprise, surprise, right? And this is the marker for pal number one, you guys. Our little pink Stanley Cup, shall we say? Maybe there's some significance to that name. I got Stanley and the name Greg for pile number one. I do want to make mention. Um, and pile number two, I don't have any names just yet. Love like Carolina, but this is the pile number two indicator. But before we get there, of course, you know, I love and like my collective so much because each and every one of us um, deserve so much, right? I don't want to go down the whole like how maybe in current energies it's not necessarily giving, but I want to do my part, right? So I live in like my collective, and I do often give gifts and do my best, okay, to show that I do really appreciate you guys hanging out with your girl and sharing, because you know sharing's caring, etc. I really do enjoy the pleasant energetic exchange that does occur every time, not even just sometimes when we do these live streams. So thank you for being amazing. And so, of course, before we get into our official Pick a Pal message, I do have a message for all of the collective as a whole. Okay. Now, I can't sit here and tell you I know all of the message because I didn't pull all of the cards. How's that? All right. So I hope you are feeling well and comfortable, and I do hope you sit for a spell, as they say. Okay. So current energies, right? It's giving. Okay. Of course, if you found this channel, right, you found that you've got the special ability of yours to be that of the alchemist. Okay, so you are performing alchemy when you look at things. Hold on, this is a little too loud. When you look at things, situations, dynamics, relationships, okay, and maybe you see them for what they are, right? And you realize, okay, I can continue on in a negative aspect or a positive, right? And the interesting thing about that is those who know there's a bit of work involved there. There's a bit of fight, you might say, involved in doing just that alchemy, performing that out. Okay. Again, this is why we speak, at least in the spiritual community, or damn sure on this channel, about things not always being necessarily roses and candy, right? About all aspects of this life and the path, okay? And here's part and parcel of the reason why, not all the reason, right? Love and light, Fiona. My goodness, Fiona, I was so hoping that you would join. Not because you're not normally very supportive, but did we or did we not manifest this? Okay, Fiona, I know you would know. I'm not sure, Carolina, if you were on that live stream. Look at this. It says Akeem. Oh, sorry for the glare, right? So obviously this is from, it says Akeem Trivia from the Hood Classic, right? But they don't really outright and say Coming to America. But obviously that's what this is from. And we're going to, I was going to do a poll about it to see if anyone actually cared enough. But I was thinking this would be so much fun to do some love messages out of for singles and the like. But isn't that crazy? Like, what do you mean? Like, there's actually this? Because I think it was maybe like last month, perhaps, on a live stream, we were talking about Coming to America, because we're often always talking about movies, and specifically if there were cards relating to that movie. And look at this, Fiona. I got so excited. All right, so excuse me for my, I just got like, because I thought, Fiona, you would remember that, but maybe, I don't know, maybe sometimes things happen in my dream state and I go, oh yeah, that was here, but maybe it wasn't here yet, because that's a thing, because I also had a dream about this deck. It's so funny. When I had the dream, I was like, oh yeah, well, probably because we're speaking about that on the live stream. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. It's pretty, yeah, it does not mention like the official Coming to America, though. Maybe it was us in a different. You know what? See, because don't get me started, and also don't out me, Fiona. See, Fiona. Ay, ay, ay. I hate when that happens though. But one time, somebody came to me once and was like insistent that we had conversed before, and that I mean they were very. I need you know how, like no disrespect, because like I'm damn sure neurospicy, right? So like please, and also I think that's very magical to be that, and I think it's a superpower in many ways. But I digress, right? This person was damn sure on the spectrum in the way that like Sheldon Cooper is like precise about shit, right? And he was very precise, like I said this, then you said that. And when I tell you that the things that he claimed I said, I would say, but it wasn't me and I wasn't there and I never was in that place of the state, let alone the facility. Like I wasn't there. But now looking back, I'm like, huh. It's pretty funny. Love and light, Sophie. Love and light, Jay. Happy Saturday, you guys. Love and light, Justin. Um, so Justin, definitely check for the rules, you guys, because when you say like a certain kind of reading, you can ask a question. Just please make sure that you're subscribed here and you've hit the like on this video, and that also you ask the question so that I don't have to um, go beyond a yes or no initially. Now, here's the thing about me though, you guys. Ask anyone. I will give you what all I get. Okay, now I can't promise I get the same amount of whatever. I don't even know if that makes sense to you guys right now. It's just however the energy flows, okay? But I'm not a gatekeeper. So, all right. So there's that. Which, okay, I'm being reminded, okay, I had some special prayer meditation time and caught a couple things. Boy, they were very impactful for me. I kind of also have to deliver them a little bit like for those that if you know, right? That grouping of individuals. Okay, hopefully that's everyone in the collective. Makes sense to me, right? But we talk about manifestation all the time, etc. Blah blah blah. The secret. Long story short, going back to also the everything everywhere all at once. Okay, there was this heavy theme of like infuse the situation with love, infuse with love. And I just had this epiphany about love. When you're in love, and not even necessarily in a romantic sense, like for instance, picture how a grandmother might look upon her grandchild, you know, regardless of the age of the grandchild, it's like, oh, you're so cute. Or like how people would look at like a tiny kitten or a tiny puppy or just whatever film, whatever lizard makes sense there or whatever, and how you can't help yourself but to be wrapped up in this good feeling, good time feeling, right? Dopamine, you might say. Serotonin is probably more aptly stated, but just saying, okay? It's really that euphoria type of essence there. It's not just about the surface, because love isn't really just about a feeling, it's more about a choice. Okay? Lust is damn sure going to be about the feeling, usually first and only, right? Love, there's more. That's how you know if somebody loves you. It makes sense. Because when that feeling ain't hitting the same way, there's a choice in them. Okay, do we make this work? Should we? Is this safe? Is this healthy? Right? That's why they say things about like, oh, fairy dust wearing off and stuff, the magic wearing off, okay? The love spell perhaps wearing off, okay? And when it does, it's just you're not able to carry that same perception. You're not able to stay willing to be unequally yoked, fill in what makes sense there, all right? But that feeling of love, if you can just stay in that, And again, to be clear, for self so much firstly that others are loved rightfully and properly, of course, not half-assed. All right, not half-assed like the way that we used to do things, where we overgave and overloved and overserved and were over available and overly reliable, and right, first, and then for self on the back end with the crumbs, self giving to self. Um, this is a whole different timeline. If you since that word's been released into the chat, makes sense to keep talking about it. Okay, and rightfully so, because we've all earned to experience the softer side of things, right? Where things just work out. You might have started to notice certain things. It's like, okay, this is a big task, and you just run through it like melted butter. It's like, oh shit, let's, or you've got the same time frame to do, A, B, C, and D. Whether it's something that's in your normal everyday routine or weekly routine or not, and you notice you're shaving off like 22 minutes to even do that. Like, it's just, and you're not sure about how exactly. It's because you're entering into that life of ease, and as you should, you guys, those that I'm speaking upon, which I do want to decree and declare should be everyone under the sound of my voice, okay? But at the same time, I'm mindful that not always the case, that everyone under the sound of my voice, okay, should be dealt with according to the way that my heart would have it. Okay, so there's that for those monitoring spirits out there. It just is what it is, just like karma. And that's really what we're talking about, karmic justice for the collective, okay? Those that really are, of the light, as it were, and of the realm of balance, and of the category of heart as light as a feather kind of thing. Those that have served when they have not been served, okay? Ooh, chills on that. And that's like the epitome of like what I'm envisioning. I don't really know too much about the characters, you guys, on the Adventure Time show, but I was guided to this deck. All right, it's not even tarot, I get it, but I promise you the message stands. We're just pulling for current energies for the collective right now really quick, but Spirit saying keep going and stick to your childlike wonderment, right? Stick to the parts of you that keep you energetic and hope-filled and joy-filled, that keep you satiated. And what I mean by that word satiated is like content, but like in the sense of like, because you have chosen you, okay, because you have understood you are now in charge of you, because you have understood that emotions can be felt but don't rule you, because you have done the work, right? You're grounding yourself, you're being that alchemist, alchemizing yourself and perhaps energies around you, and be mindful of that too. Don't just absorb. You can observe and take notes and use those notes as energy as to the reasoning behind your why, as to why you're perhaps disciplining yourself, as to why you're perhaps not giving up, as to why you're perhaps educating yourself in like an official way. Some of you are going back to school. Take whatever resonates, okay? But it gets better, brighter, lighter days. I'm also getting something about like exercise. Yoga also comes to mind, but also fascia, stretching that fascia out, you guys. Definitely. And if you don't know how to spell it, just talk to text it, man. You should know what the hell fascia is, you guys. So serious, okay? But you guys, of course, my collective, you're supported, all right? Just because, I hate to burst anybody's bubble out there, but not a doom and gloom message, just a message of clarity, to be clear. Just because you are in alignment, just because you are on the good side of karma, and just because you are backed by the cosmos, as it were, backed by divinity, backed by source, okay, etc., right? Doesn't mean that there's no fight. So you can't look at just the fact that, maybe you've got to have your sword up again, you've got to place another freaking bout, here we go, you can't look to it as actually not being supported, okay? In those moments of wanting to magnify how it looks like, sounds like, feels like, seems like you're not supported. Again, get into that childlike wonderment. Do whatever gets you there. Do you want to finger paint? I don't know. Do you want to sing in the shower? Do you want to dance while no one's watching? You know, pick what works for you, but do it, damn it. Okay, you deserve that. Yeah, because you can't be, you know, how is this living life? Like, how is that? Um, and some of you, this kind of energy is connecting to your money. Okay, some of you want to say, well, of course, you know, I'm looking like this when, you know, the bills are looking like that. And okay, hey, hey, remember we said, and you could scroll it back, about how, like, you can choose to magnify. See, there's some dual nature to this card. There is a 50-50 chance. There is a 50-50 choice to this card. Do you want to take the bat and swing it against your own self, basically, kind of thing? And then you really can't figure shit out or work or save up or make the phone calls, you know, in your right mind, kind of thing? Because that's a choice, man. And hey, to be clear, this is your girl Love, okay? Cynetha Jade saying, I would advise against that path. I know you have the free choice, baby. I know. I really think you should do the other part of this 50 that is very much the same possibility, okay? And dare I say, the same energy. So you just got to see it a little different. It's kind of the whole point of this card. Or energy, dare I say, okay? Because you getting into this allows you to relax your butt cheeks enough to figure out some of this stuff. It allows you to get into that meditative state long enough, okay, to get out of the fuckery zone, all right? And in comes what? Justice, baby. Every time for you. Unless you believe otherwise and you start swinging that fucking bat around and you just make an even bigger mess of things. It's your choice. I really rooting for you, man. You know, it's your choice, but oof. Okay. So that's what I got for the general collective message, you guys. I'm not going to pull from the chart placements and initials deck because y'all will just understand that that resonated, right? Much love and light, you guys. I'm going to ring the bell, all right? See what we get in this chat box here. Love and light, you guys. Love and light, Terry. Did that resonate, you guys? Anybody hear that one? Did anybody get that message? Let me know. Say something. Whew, I gotta work on my production skills, y'all. And this is so basic, but like, I don't hate it, but I just banged it out right before the live because I was like not feeling the other tracks I had. I wanted to hear some fucking... If I had my way, man, this would be like strings you'd hear like in Atlanta or some shit. Like, even... I wish I knew how to play musical instruments. Like, Prince, like, played, like, everything. And you know what? I found out recently, I'm like, dead ass embarrassed to say this. Because the running joke in my life has been that if they ever needed a tour guide at Paisley Park, in spite of me never setting foot on the premises, that I could definitely be part of, like, basically the management team for that. So, like, that's the running joke. That I didn't even come up with it, okay? And it's from, like, literally my childhood, because I literally was a fan. I'll just say it that way, right? Just a fan. Since the age of 7, when my mother took me to the local theater to see Purple Rain. And I still to this day don't understand how my mouth dropped open upon seeing him, in ways that a 7-year-old shouldn't even understand about. So that's kind of really tricky and trippy. But, so yeah, was a fan, is a fan, at least a fan. Whew, Lord, forgive me, because I just went somewhere else now. I'm just talking about him. Like, I cannot. But anyway, he played a lot of musical instruments and never read music. Did not read. I'm like, that's so me coded, though, because I'm like, let me just, where there's a will, there's a way. Let's just bang it out. Speaking of, You guys, today is my kid's birthday, so send her some love and light. And yeah, so the remote birthday party went well, but there was a bit of a snafu. I sent her this. It's like a mylar balloon, and I thought it was one piece myself, right? But I guess it was a kit. But the thing was like so flat and like smashed down, of course, like machine pressed and stuff, right? That I had no idea that there were parts in there. And I'm not gonna lie, the thing was like so vacuum sealed. I'm not getting to the instructions, right? So I just sent it over. Oh, of course, my kid. No, we're not reading instructions, and I don't even understand that there is like a need. Perhaps I'm thinking it's the one piece, and I read something about like you put the straw in the thing, you blow it, and I'm like, yeah, just so she blows it up, right, and it's like this big long thing, but the one aspect of it, it was almost like, wait, what did they put in there? Was this from the 21 plus section? Question mark. I'm like, I know damn well I got it from Dollar Tree, right? Like, what are we So I have no idea that there's anything more about the packaging. I assume, as usual, my kid, okay, she's very bless her, but she's very strong like bull, right? So she's the type, she'll just shred a fucking like envelope, or like just so uncouth with it sometimes. It's so funny. Like I read her about it because I'm like, why couldn't you just snap it, or you know but let her be her, so that's fine. So anyways, she's like, Mom, eventually she's like, Mom, did I do it wrong? She goes, this isn't shaped like a dog, and it's supposed to be like literally like a balloon animal shaped mylar balloon, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, like, okay, well, and then she goes, maybe there was like a flap to the one part got really weird. It was like roundy. I still don't even understand how that would actually have been put together, even though she blew up the rest of the pieces. So, anyways, she pops the whole freaking thing. And I knew at that point, you guys, maybe I'm talking about this for a reason, that that was well and good. It's like, think about it. I mean, okay, and we've been talked about it, like, okay, if the balloon would have went well, right? Went well, okay, in the way that it was expected, then the balloon would have sat there and really would have been boring a lot faster. Let's be honest. Because, I mean, okay, you sit it there and what? It wasn't even one that floats because that's not the way it was designed, right? So, anyways, she's all like, and as soon as she's getting ready to ask, I'm telling her, blow up the rest of the parts then when we realize that there's other parts to it. Because I told her, you go on ahead and blow them up and pop them, as you please. Because how many, like, it's part of the pleasant experience when you can be reckless in a healthy manner, right? She's not hurt anything or anyone by blowing up the rest of the balloons. But some other people might have been, or some other parents might have been like, "Oh no, it didn't work out." We just sat there and laughed together. Where's the problem, you know? And that was the party, so it was okay, and everything else, or that I had sent arrived, and all's well. So long story short, you guys, don't box in those expectations so harshly, especially when you are asking for things from the divine, especially when you are, perhaps even asking for a whole new life, things that you've never really experienced in a personal way yet, I'd like to say. Okay, just don't box it in, go with the flow, and know that all really is well, and nobody had hard feelings about it. It's not like my kid was sitting there crying, oh no, I messed up the balloon. Like, no. But I tell you something else, previous versions of us, that's exactly how that would have went down. I would have been freaking out, oh no, I would have been like, oh, just upset, like it didn't work out right because I'm already not there in a physical way. Like I could have, again, you guys, I'm telling you, you have the choice. How are you going to use, I just realized that's not even a bad. This whole time I was thinking this one I knew the other one was a sword. That's so funny. But this one, it just kept looking like a bat. You know, it's like, how are you going? But this is even better. It's swords represent truth. How are you going to tell your truth? You guys, you can have to go somewhere. I don't even care where. Right, every day or every night. Right, whether it's to learn. I like to say it this way: whether it's to learn and grow your soul. Makes sense, right? And, you know, you can know that around you is perhaps these things that, you know, maybe you don't necessarily prefer. Okay. However, you know, you can also simultaneously be grateful for the ways that you do exist, the ways that you do have access to certain things, and, you know, etc. Right? So that's you choosing the same truth that's swirling about anyhow, right? To focus in on that. Okay? So much so that, you know, you start to just light up. All right? You keep your hope and you keep your faith, all right? And it bends back the darkness. All right? That's how this works. It's alchemy, babe. It's pretty cool when you think about it that way. I said what I said. Okay, but you guys, let's see who's in the no, okay, let me see who's in the chat for the freebies. Okay, let's see. So I can't, Carolina, answer that yes or no. So I will just ask one of those questions, or I'll change the question for you, which I'm not trying to change the questions for you guys, but I need you guys to follow the live stream rules so that I can answer the questions without sounding like an asshole. So it seems that Anthony is going to reach out. Does that make sense? Because the way you have it, it said or will. So I asked if Anthony will reach out. We got a yes. I saw Prince at 7. I don't know. I'm like, is that cool though? Because I feel like maybe my mom. And then I need you to know, I begged her for weeks, like, Mom, please, like, please, I need to see that movie. Like, I remember offering not to eat, like, not to eat meals so that we can have the money to go see. And I've yet to make it to Paisley Park. Oh, my heart. Shaka Khan's about to be in the house too. Jay, yeah, Jay, that's a yeah. Because you know the star is just speaking for itself. But even before that, this came out, so trying not to just throw you away. Well, it makes sense to me when you're the star. You might be the best that they've ever known or had. Shit, best I ever had. All right. Oh, thank you, Fiona, for the birthday love for her. Thank you. And thank you, Jay. Same deal. Thank you. Yeah, we took pictures, Fiona, and things, and that's why. Oh, I forgot I packed that away. Um, I went and got one of those sparkly bowler hats that says "Happy Birthday." So, but again, going with the flow, we had it in. I actually was still in my car because I was trying to. Actually, I was on my way to go get the freaking hat because the idea hadn't occurred to me until earlier this morning. And I was like, ooh, with the time difference, I'm like, do I have enough time? But, and, you know, she's a type, but she'll, as soon as she wakes up, she's calling mom, like, Mom. So I don't mind, but yeah, I was like, oh, the pictures of me in the car, but whatever, I had the hat on, it still made sense. So I was trying to give her a birthday party experience. Oh, yes. That's true too, Fiona, about the blue. Blue also represents, along with that truth, clarity. Okay, let's see here. Okay, C is silent. Mohammed. Thank you. Okay. Okay, let's see here. All right, so I'm getting that with this no energy here, Mohammed, right? A couple things. You getting out of this is going to help, okay? But also the way you get out of it, and I know it sounds like so easy, but this is what I'm getting, is for you to invest in some sort of education, certification, in order to start having options, okay? That's what you're being guided to do, and that brings in a very beautiful but also divinely assisted new beginning. Okay, Mohammed, love and light. It's actually not a bad message unless you think about it that way. That's it's a theme. All right, you got it, Mohammed. All right. Oh, thank you, Fiona. And you're very welcome, Jay. All right. So let's get to POW 1, shall we? I need to hydrate. I've been drinking kombucha, you guys. You have to be careful, to be clear, because from one kombucha to the next, man, it's like a bunch of freaking cane sugar. I'm like, oh my god, like really. And the crazy thing is, how is it that the ones with the cane sugar taste extremely like vinegar? Like, this ain't even worth the calories or the situation. This is my go-to. This one. I almost said pink pineapple, but it's called pineapple pink guava. And so there's no cane sugar in this one. And it is organic, so, and it's in glass. So we love like, all the good things here. So, and it tastes like freaking pineapple soda, you guys. And for somebody like me to say that, who actually drank like pineapple soda to the face, all right, repeatedly. It's good for like gut health, and it's got like, you know, probiotic benefits and things like that. So, I don't really ingest a lot of dairy if I can help it anymore, and so that's really kind of taken away my options as far as like probiotics, to get them in, like normally I would get them in like yogurt and things like that, so that's not really like an option at the moment with my dietary restrictions. But this is like, you know, just kombucha kind of life right now, you know what I mean? So, but it's so funny because like as sweet and as like soda-y it is, I'm making up words, just go with it. You can't really sit there and be like goo, goo. Like you can't. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that because everything in moderation. Like I don't want to actually just be like taking these to the dome like I used to soda either, you know? Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I have to watch with the cane sugar. It's like, oh yeah, that's like one of the healthiest sugars. Is that a thing? I don't. Because, or like even like coconut water comes to mind. Oh, watermelon juice. Okay. Ooh wee, because that can easily be like a whole like issue for me. Because I'll be like really wanting sugar, really, really, really bad. Like just really, really, really wanting that, and I don't want to get there again. That's just too much. Everything in moderation, right? Like you can't even overdo drinking water, you guys, right? People have died from that. Like it's a thing. So really for real, everything in moderation. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you guys supporting me for sure, keeping me going, because you know, if it weren't for you guys, like I really wouldn't have anyone really doing that aside from my kid. So thank you. um, so I really do appreciate you guys coming on, hanging out, supporting, being amazing, and doing what you do. And I really do want to encourage you guys again to share more what you guys are doing. You know, maybe you think it's just something that's, you know, small, or because you're used to that part of your day, or you're used to going someplace for a luxurious vacation. Do share. Aw, hey, we're all in this together, you know, baby steps. You guys see me baby stepping. It's not like I was like, okay, step one, giant leap. Okay, speaking of giant leaps, you guys, but seriously, thank you for sharing that I even inspired anybody ever, because I appreciate that as well. But I don't know if you guys know about that recent hike that I had. I literally had, there was like these ginormous steps that I literally found out later were actually ever created originally on the strength of certain machinery that took like, I don't know, like lumber or like steel bars, because there it used to be like a railroad operations in the area of the state park. So, anyways, because I could not understand for the life of me, how in the hell were these steps so large, and the platform of them, like from the ground up, was so huge, you guys. I had to take a knee. Like I literally, I just could not. It's like I had, my center of gravity was off. Like if somebody were shorter, they're not having the same exact issue and can kind of like scale it. Even with the stick, I was like, I cannot. Like I literally, so funny. So y'all know I was not giant leaping at any of this, right? Um, but yeah, you guys, if you are inspired to, you know, do any aspect of what you've seen me do, and you have questions, you know, please ask. I do try to share um, along the way. I have not been sharing so much in current times because I have been guided not to. It's not about you guys. You guys know how to email me. Um, it just is what it is, right? Go with the flow, okay? And all is well, right? Fermented coffee. Yeah, you like luwak? Oh my god, is that's making me think of coffee luau from I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I was thinking, you know what, you guys, I actually have to find organic coffee, because I feel like that might be a little bit my downfall, is me drinking the coffee just off the cuff. Like I drink black coffee. Well, actually, you guys, if you wanted to have creamer and for whatever reason you can't, okay, kombucha, for whatever reason you can't have like milk, or you know you're tired of like coconut milk, you guys, if you can, stay away from oat and almond. Long story short, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, but coconut milk, okay, yummy. Just make sure it's organic, you guys. I think I have some mushroom coffee, but I was like, I don't know if, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I could just mix it in my like some of my, I don't want to say smoothies, juices, because I don't know if I could just drink at that and just like, and I don't hate mushrooms, but I think I never want to drink them. Like, you know what I mean? Like I probably never want to drink them. I love to eat them all the time. Right. But probably never, but just sure I never want to drink. So, but I want those benefits. So like my theory was like, just get it in you kind of thing. Maybe don't follow the instructions, but then I was like, I don't know. And then some other things happened, so I was just like even slowing down on the juice, which is why I was grateful to find some of the things that I found recently. Because you know what, I was actually um, going to another establishment. I won't say names, and they're so overpriced. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, ain't none of this organic. It's not even organic. So for what they were charging, for what they were selling for, I mean, no disrespect, but for about damn near $10 for one, I'm paying like three now for like, I'm like, oh, thank you, universe, because I was unaware. And for organic, like certified organic, so in glass, not even. So I'm just saying, because I imagine if that retailer, and I want to call them that now, really, because they're far from a coconut stand these days. Uh, if they were selling some shit, even in glass, let alone the organic part, you're probably talking $16, $17 right there just for one ball. It's just, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of greed, and it's not pretty. You know, greed is not okay, I feel. Also, why greed, though? Like, can't there literally be enough for every, like, I don't know. I guess that's just for a different time. Is it the strings affecting me? I don't know. Pound number one, you guys, all right? So again, for pound number one, no pun intended, there was another source of synchronicity, I promise. But then when this came out, I was like, okay, Stanley, I see you. I'm also going to give a heads up that pound number one, surprisingly, has some male energy connected to it. Now, I can't promise the rest of the stuff, or the accoutrements perhaps, but the energy, right? It was nice to see. How are you? Say something. Okay, let's talk. All right. Um, and then pound number one, we are pulling for your message, okay, from the Insta Tarot. So let's get to it, shall we? It's funny, we're talking male energy and the pink comes out. Maybe somebody is flashy. Who am I speaking to? Somebody could have a black cat. Could be some significance to bats where you live. Like, it's like a nightly occurrence where they, you know, it's like, oh, okay, yep, it's about 7:30 or whatever, right? Um, somebody could have a tattoo of a paintbrush. Please put that in the community. Oh, like, I want to see your tattoos, you guys. So definitely getting LGBTQ plus community. Somebody could have dark hair, short hair. Somebody could wear, I want to say corporate casual. Somebody could be a teacher. Somebody could be quite artistic. You could even be an art teacher. Doesn't have to be the case. You could wear plaid button-up shirts if that's you, regardless of gender, I'm hearing to say. Somebody could be heavily into teas. Maybe you don't prefer coffee. Somebody could be a student of sorts, okay? Somebody could have a garage where they work in, almost like a workshop. And somebody here, music is definitely part of your life. You could use it to assist you with your chores and activities. You could have ADHD. I'm not diagnosing anyone, just channeling, okay? And you could be good in the kitchen, or you could be making healthier choices, okay? You know, with your lifestyle, with your vessel, with your outlook, with your mental health, etc. Okay? Could be some significance to the pixie cut too, okay? And, alright, now I need more room. Hold on. I pulled these a few hours ago. Some of the cards, not all. I didn't really get into the tarot. Ah! 1 second. Okay. So current energies are giving wanderlust and grief, from what I'm seeing here for pile number 1. And we will pull, let me get this deck out, you guys, before I freaking forget. Um, because we will pull from the chart placements and initials deck for these, you guys, of course. Because, you know what, you guys, I didn't give the disclaimer. Hello. You may find some, none, or all of your energy in this pile. Is that okay? It's okay, because all is well. Alright, so now that we're caught up. Alright, so, I don't want to forget these. So Wanderlust is really talking about just, you know, really wanting more, right? Understanding what you're perhaps even going through. It's like, okay, makes sense, right? Whether it's something you prefer or something you prefer not so much, okay? But still wanting more. And I see you very much finding a way, and this is a general collective message. And so from one card to the next, even, some aspects of the message mean a few different things, okay, depending on whom all I'm reading for and addressing. All right, so bear with me because this is a multi-layered energetic thing. Some of you are going to find a way to go off on your own adventure, okay? And really, this is talking about learning new aspects of self or drawing out aspects of self that you have intentionally and or unintentionally been hiding. It's giving you are the answer, okay? You might even say you are the prophecy because many of you, if you found this channel, okay, yeah, you're chosen, but also, yeah, your ancestors are really placing their bet on you, okay? That's part and parcel of how you've been chosen, okay? It's part and parcel of how in the spirit realm you are very well known for all that you've done. You know, many of you, you've used all aspects of your lives, okay, from one version of self to the next to create good, to make someone smile, okay, to help someone, to be a good steward. You know, many of you perhaps have had religious backgrounds, and you know how well trained they, you know, teach us to be as far as being those good stewards and those brothers and sisters keepers, etc., right? Many of you, you know, perhaps grew up with an imbalanced parental child dynamic, okay? And so, you know, some of these things could lead to why there is this wanderlust, right? It's like, okay, I understand how to climb out of this crab barrel. I know how to climb out of this crab bucket now. Okay, there's got to be, you know, and there's this energetic sense of grief as well. So it's at least giving discontentment on a good day. And this is why we've got to talk about it to fix your crown, because ain't no way you're just going to be stuck hanging off the side of the cliff or feeling like you're sliding down the glass of a skyscraper window skyscape situation, riding off of your fingernails. Okay, nobody wants you to be in this type of energy. However, to be clear, even going back to those ancestors' energies, all right, everyone understands why, okay? There's no shame or stigma that needs to be attached to whom all ever is resonating to this pile number 1, okay? Because it's like, this takes me back. I don't know why. Maybe somebody's from New York here, why I'm going to 9/11 right now. After hitting the skyscrapers is so interesting, but I digress. Um, this is like going back to those times and the cadaver dogs that were used. They would find, you know, utilizing canine units and things, these cadaver dogs that were specially trained, etc., to do this freaking job, and they went in one by one by one by one, cadaver. They're alerting. Well, long story short, those animals got depressed to the point where they weren't able to function and do the job. They needed to be pulled from the job. Like, okay, so same deal with a freaking person, whether you claim to be a human being or not. Okay, whether you claim to be starseed or not, you know, right? Energy doesn't lie. And so when you're in harsh energies, like we even talked about during the collective message, you know, and I don't even know the character's name, swinging this, I almost said spirit, sword of truth around, right? Um, the energy sometimes can be harsh, okay? You got this new beginning here. And gosh, you could have really resonated with the general collective message for all of us tonight, you guys. So if you missed that, you may want to circle back around, okay? Because again, I do have to say that the whimsy, the childlike wonderment is cheat code and part and parcel of your success at getting out of these energies, grief and wanderlust, etc. Okay? Whatever doesn't make you feel good, all right, whatever's keeping you in the spirit of anger perhaps, okay, or bitterness, resentment. And again, okay, your guides get it, all right, the universe, God, goddess, as it were, they understand, right, but you're being asked to infuse love into the situation, okay. Now when you infuse love into the situation, it starts to douse some of those fiery flames. It starts to add greasing balm to some of those fiery darts that were attempted to take you down. Does that make sense? Again, going back to the general collective message, it's so weird. Just because you are supported by divinity doesn't mean that it's all roses and candy. Doesn't mean that there's no flames to put out. All right, but it means that there is a success rate in it every freaking time for you. Does that make sense? And I do see here, you know, this mental aspect, the mental state. Perhaps, okay, this is not even just you with you. Perhaps, again, going back to those fiery darts, all right, the flames, the energy, it doesn't lie. If it's hot, right, baby? It's hot, right? But at the same time, you got a choice in the matter. And it's still that 50-50. It's still the same energy in response and action, irregardless of which 50 you pick. The negative, oh my God, these fucking flames, they're gonna kill me. They're killing me. They're taking me out. Right? Or the positive, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Right? I'm thinking it's a girl, right, Sophie? Well, this is adventure time, right? And again, this wonderment, it's kind of connected to bravery, you know? You know how, like, sometimes you can admire a child or someone even in a childlike state because sometimes there is some sort of strength or confidence, if you will, in being gullible, you know, so trusting, right? Haven't you seen children play by a road before? That ball rolls out into the road and they're so trusting that that truck would never not stop. They're so trusting that because the ball rolled and no one said, don't go into that road, that they're fine to go into the road really quick to get, you know, or, you know, another, for instance, could be, you know, they're so trusting to believe that they can take their bike and ramp over such and such to get to the other side of whatever the heck it is, right? And they do it, you know. Kind of connected there. And again, cannot get around the fascia stretch, you guys. There's something, this makes sense. Kundalini's rising, right? Kundalini is a thing. Go figure. And that too is not overnight. You know, some people are selling like these like boot camps and courses like, oh, just make it rise. Like, bro, even if I would like to know if there's anyone out there that knows, or any agency out there that has almost induced that to rise in one fell swoop, because I think that'd be pretty fucking painful and unnecessarily so. I think that might be cool, just to be like all in one fell swoop. I don't, because there's levels. I don't think. Yeah, I'm hearing. I don't think you're ready. Like that would be. Yeah, you wouldn't be ready for that. Ooh wee. Now let me take a look here. Again, pound number 1, you definitely connect with that first message for the collective, because this is giving main character energy, and it's you, boo. I forgot I had extra cards out of this deck for you guys for pound number 1. Let me just take a look here and see what this message is. So some of you, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. As I look down and see the word. What's under this? Okay, yeah. Yeah. So with that mental state, you want to keep it positive, you guys. Some of you could be feeling alone, and not in the sense of like just in your feelings, but in the sense of like maybe you've lost some of or all of your people. Maybe you don't know your people because of your, you know, the way that you were brought into the world, actually, right? Or for whatever reason, there's just not a lot of people, not a lot of like camaraderie, not a lot of maybe even you might say like-minded individuals around you. And on the other side of you, just continuing to, again, alchemize, all right? Watch the negative thinking, because even though, you know, we've got this divine breakthrough assistive ace energy, okay? One that is, again, with the swords, you guys. Hold on one second. That's so crazy. That's what I was talking about. Thank you, Spirit. See, I don't have this deck memorized, and I forgot it said things differently on here. I just assumed it was the word, like the definition. But let's read this. It says, Ace of Swords, the perfect tool to cut through any problem and bring a smile to my face. Um, it says, Ace of Swords, problem solving, happy chick. So you could be a feminine as well. Pawn number 1. But again, connecting back to the inner child whimsy, when you are in that state of happiness, love, okay, grace-filled, positive energy, right? You are in alignment, and you are not able to stay into a fiery situation or excuse me, 1 second. I might be holding it already. I'm holding it already. And or an environment that, you know, feels like it's closing in on you. Does that make sense? Because you are alchemizing. And again, not always and in all ways on your own and all alone. All right. But getting back to those that might be actually physically alone. Spirit saying you have family coming in. Now this could be, again, we've talked about your cosmic family. This could be connecting to their energy. You could start having more awareness of their presence in your lives. Okay, take however that resonates. But I'm also getting in a very physical sense, because you guys, this image of collective member, you know, going it alone to this new beginning on the other side is is no longer, you know, and especially with this family card coming out, it's giving clarification, obvious. All right, now this could be hidden right now. You may not know these people right now at all. All right, but please don't give up. All right, that's what I have for you for pound number 1. All right, I guess it's just what you needed to know. And I'm gonna pull for the chart placement, you guys, and the initials for pound number 1. But in the meantime, I just wanted to ring the bell for those that maybe were still eligible. Okay. What's that noise? What do you mean? I do have the heater on. I'm not sure if that's what you mean, Teresa. Love and Light? Oh, I didn't even see you sneak in. Love and Light, Oracle King. Love and Light, Ariel. All right, let's see here. Spirit said not the O. So if your name starts with an O, you're you're out of that one. Like, dang. Like, they were just very matter of not the O. Someone here is very matter of fact. That's interesting. And kind of scary. Like, damn. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I gotta fix that music. I want it to do so much more. Okay, alright, so we've got pile number 1. Or I haven't forgotten about the freebies. I just want to finish up pile number 1 before I forget to do that. How about that? Okay. We've got H coming out, whether first, middle, or last name initial, you guys, on the part of you. P. B. Maybe somebody's eating a peanut butter and jelly something or other. Ooh, we got another P. We got an E. And an F. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, and Pisces for the win on that one, you guys. All right, that's what I have for pile number 1. Now, you guys, if your shit didn't come out in that pile and you know you resonated with it, why would you go against your own intuition? You know, like, ask yourself that question at least, okay, before you F around and don't get something out of your message. Does that make sense? We don't want that. All right, let's see. Said I'm always ready for that jelly. We got peanut butter and jelly on the table. No, let me stop. Okay, subliminals effective? Okay. Alright, good question. As I look at that high priestess, but let me see what happens. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yes, they are assisting. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm hearing. Okay, not trying to be disrespectful or like outing anything. And I'm going to spell it because it's a live stream, okay? But I'm hearing that it is assisting you to close out cycles. I could not say it singularly, apparently. And also that it is assisting with allowing you to come out of some wounding from TRAUMA. Had to spell that. It's not about you, it's about the live stream. And then this is the pictorial evidence of what's to come on the other side of that, okay? So good on you. Good job. Very good. They're very effective, okay? Good job. Good job. Yes, very good cards. All right. So that's what I have for Ariel. Said accurate as the fox. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know, you guys, when the shit hits. Helps keep me going. Okay, let me see here. Okay, now how... Okay, Teresa, please, with the live stream rules, check them again, okay? I don't know if you, at this point I'm like, are you trying, like, are you doing that to be funny? Are you, because I know you know the live stream rules. I know you know them, babe. You got them. I know you can check them. Okay? So I'm gonna let you do that while I go do something else, and then you come back around, okay? Thank you. Alright, so I'm not trying to be an asshole to anyone. I just really need everyone to follow along the live stream rules so that things go smoothly and so that things go smoothly. So that things go smoothly. That's... Because I'm in my soft era, okay? Unapologetically, if I do say so myself, okay? Because that's what I know. Run, go tell that. Pile number 2. All right, this is our last pile for the night. And let's get into it. I don't even know what that. Oh, and we're gonna talk about whatever we're gonna talk about, pulling from this. All right. So, now who am I talking to? Oh, hold on a second. Who am I talking to? Someone ready for perhaps some jelly, but also perhaps a new beginning. Could be some significance to Van Gogh and or sunflowers. Oh, I used to have that painting in my bathroom. I remember that. One of my bathrooms. Okay, I could be speaking to someone who is Aries or Taurus, I'm hearing to say. I meant to say Aries, but I was hearing also to say or Taurus. Maybe you have those placements like simultaneously, because that could be the case. Somebody who takes charge, right? Like, not in the sense of like necessarily aggressive, but in the sense of being like, okay, strategic, you might say, confident, others might say, okay. You could be into tech, you could be into the hair industry. You could be part and parcel of the LGBTQ plus community. Does not have to be the case. Getting something heavy about tech, guys. I'm also hearing security, right? Like you could have monitors you watch and stuff. Some significance with sticky notes coming through. I don't know why. I'm going to get out of that. Somebody could have the infinity symbol tatted on them somewhere. Or it could, I'm also hearing to say it could be part and parcel of a logo that you wear or have created. It's pretty cool. Definitely some significance to music. You could just say, I'm a music lover, okay, whether you make it or not. There's some significance to the initial C, A, and X or K coming through. It could be some significance to California. Could be some significance to coffee. You might love coffee, make coffee, have a coffee business. All right. Definitely could be speaking to somebody, as I should be, okay, who, participates in prayer, meditation, maybe even, aspects of yoga. Somebody could be inspired by Asian culture. You could believe yourself to have had a past life in Asian culture, or you could currently be of the Asian culture. I'm hearing you could also be or have been a student abroad. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Oh, I gotta look this up again because even the way that card gave it to me, I was like, huh, I have to look it up. Hold on 1 second, because and you know they say learn something new every day. Here goes one of the things. Oh wait, hold on 1 second. Did I spell it right? Yeah. Okay. So, how do you even say it? I don't even know. How do you even say it? Okay. I don't know how to say it, but I would say it like Ilinx. Ilinx. It's definitely I, not 2 L's there. ILINX, right? Um, and so in current energies, it's giving, this disruption of perception, okay? Maybe you might even want to say like you've been feeling lackluster. There's some significance to 1221. Okay, I just looked down at the clock and that's coming through. So you might want to look up those angel numbers, would ya? They really help round out the messages, you guys. I'm so serious. But there's just like this distortion energy, and I get it. Timeline shifts, okay? If you know, you know. New Earth and shit, right? But there's also this excitement. See, pile number 1 was more like, okay, there should be more. I want that, right? This energy is more like more should be coming right now or soon. Okay. So it's not like not positive, but at the same time, again, I'm speaking to an alchemist because this has been you for a while, I'm hearing you say, okay? And you have been doing the work. You have been facing fears, slaying demons, perhaps, okay? Um, Slaying even fears from self to self. This is not really a depiction of just from self to others energetically, as far as this fight, as far as this alchemy, you might say, okay? Um, but at the same time, there are these other outside catalytic or projection type energies that produce an innumerable amount of possibilities as far as the fight. Okay, I say that because clearly there's some form of battle here. All right. But the whole time, you're not doing this alone. And I'm not saying that you're bumping elbows with somebody, okay? There is some significance for what I'm getting intuitively to this white. There's really no spot, okay? Maybe there's a spot here, but I was just guided to this. It's like you would think with all of this bloodshed, right, that there would just be, more, like, even look at the legs and things like that. This is giving a depiction of what we say when the weapon may be formed. Okay, it shall not prosper, right? This is also a depiction of when we say, like, you may be in the eye of the storm, but you are protected. You are safe there. You are capable there. You are more than enough there. You are success there. You are wealth and health there. You are wisdom there, right? And again, going back to the general collective message, though you are not alone, right, does not necessarily mean it's all roses and candy, you guys. There's really no way around it, and often you got to go through it to kind of get past it. Okay? Just the way it's designed. But this excitement, yes, okay? Give yourself permission to get excited. Listen to that intuition, babe. All right? And confidently so. It's almost like pawn number 2, you're showing pawn number 1 what it's like to do the work. I love that about you. All right? I love that all of us are somewhere on the map, as it were, doing what we're doing. Whether you want to consider that a baby step or not. Baby steps in their own right are giant leaps, really. Okay? Really. Okay? And here's this new beginning. If this were a tarot card, you guys, this would be the Ace of Swords. Alright? I'm saying, wait, hold on a second. Is that true? Hold on. Ace of Swords. No, it's not Ace of Swords. Hold on. This is Ace of Pentacles, excuse me. I was like, oh, hold on. Yeah, it's the diamonds. Alright. Ace of... Hey, we'll take it. First of all, it's an ace. Divine breakthrough assistance, right? The Pentacles, yes, it talks about money, right? But it also talks about this confidence. See, when you are in the energy of being, right? Which if you are something, you have as well something, right? Okay. So yes, it's easy to talk about money with the Pentacles suit, right? But hear me out. It's also talking about satiety, satisfaction from self to self, okay? When you have that, of course you're going to be operating out of your confidence. Of course you're going to have haters there. You're going to have people that want to project you to the point, or excuse me, project onto you to the point where you are disoriented. Can I speak, please? They want to project onto you to the point where you are disoriented, to the point where you allow for that excitement to become lackluster, for you to no longer listen to your intuition. And Spirit is saying, listen to your intuition and listen to it confidently. And again, when I hit this card, I told you through the channeling, give yourselves permission to operate in that level of excitement. That's what's going to bring this divine breakthrough assistant type of energy and experience and lifestyle livelihood in for you. Okay. Um, Whoever I'm speaking to, you could have two children. It could be one son, one daughter. Doesn't have to be the case. You could have a familiar, whether that is some form of hamster, guinea pig, or cat, or the like, or not. Could be some significance to bows, blue bows specifically. Um, oh, as I say that, red bows too. Red bows coming through. Um, but you know, the other side of this ace, okay, again, just like pawn number one, you choosing to make choices that magnify the negative aspect of what all you're going through. And it's, to be clear, this is not the divine saying, hey, walk off the broken ankle, son. You can do it, because otherwise you're a wuss. Right? It's not that. It's like, hey, do you want the keys to the cheat code, all right, to bring in the success all the more? All right, here you go. Okay, to be clear, because I don't want anybody like in their feelings like, well, I just keep getting asked to just walk on broken ankles by God. You know, it's like, no, no, no. Okay. If you're feeling extremely overwhelmed like that, you guys, you have to ground first, because you're really not going to walk anywhere far anyway, right? If you're not grounded. Or even walking. Let me stop. Oh, but as I say that, the figure here on this 10 of swords, it would be swords, I'm serious, you guys, this time, is only even on the 1 foot. Okay, so there's something about needing to address the overwhelm, right? Like, you can't just be overwhelmed. And then also, same deal, you can't just be overwhelmed and be like, I'm overwhelmed. And then just be like leaving it at that, okay, to be clear. Also, you deserve to be in this kind of energy for baseline. That's why you've got divine assistance coming through for you in the first place in any way, shape, or form in your reading. Makes sense? Okay. So, you know, you've got to give yourself permission to, oh my gosh, I didn't even see this card was attached. Okay, thank you for the come through. Okay, that's a synchronicity to that. Hold on 1 second. That a lot just happened energetically. 1 second. So yeah, you need to continue to just work some of them spiritual laws and principles that you're prey to, whether you're aware of them or not. Law of assumption comes to mind, as well as law of attraction. If you don't know those, look them up. Because really, you're just asked to make the choice. You know, it's like that old proverb of the two wolves. Which one will you feed? Right? On the other side of making a choice in a positive way, okay, you are going to get so much positivity, you won't even know what the hell to do with yourself. This is, talk about ecstasy. It's like you creating your own utopia for you. And I mean, damn it if you don't know how to do it already, okay? Many of you, you know, you might even say, well, I have been doing it. And that's why your world is about to change, okay? You deserve this. If you know, when I share this card with you, how that feels and what all it means, this is coming in, and you are damn sure deserving, okay? Ecstasy, baby. Whether guy, girl, what have you, to be clear, all right? So this excitement, that's your higher self coming through. That is your intuition. Be calm. Listen to it. Literally, listen to it, okay? That's what's going to keep you going, so that you continue to maintain your grounding in this, so that you bring it in. Because you, oh, chills are definitely supported. All right? Brighter days come through. Now, let me see with more specificity what the hell I'm talking about. See, Tower moment at the bottom of this deck already, right? But it's given the past is the past. I'm hearing let bygones be bygones. I don't know what all that means. There's this 10-10 energy, though, you know? And that means endings and new beginnings, you guys. Look up those angel numbers. If you're seeing them, especially, look them up And also, when you look them up, plug in what you were thinking about. Was it career? Was it love? You know, was it fill in the blank? Okay, because that'll give you a more specific message for you when you do. Well, somebody, I feel like this is off topic, but I can't get around it. So I also can't share with you all aspects of every card, but I can tell you that I've got the Page of Wands, I've got the Four of Wands and the King of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, right? Some of you, you know, general collective message is not everybody's message, okay? You're looking for this utopia to be an experience where you are sharing the experience with a partner, whether Greg or what have you, okay? And it seems to be that they're coming in. Some of you, you're calling them in, and others, you have been glowing up because, again, alchemy, right? Fire polished, nonetheless, okay? And so some of you, this is an X coming through. Spirit saying for those, that's the X, okay, that's resonating with the X, toxic AF. They don't want me to get it out. And so it's a nada. All right. There is some significance to the strip club and drinking and the Mona Lisa. All right. And French fries. Now, let's see for the other aspect of the population of the collective. This person coming to them, how is that ending? I mean, how is that looking? Ooh. I don't like this either, though, because it's like, how's it looking, right? It's like this person would take forever and a day to pick you, and not for not understanding from second one that they want you. So, is that palatable? Maybe it's just like a warning, like a heads up, like don't actually like hold your breath for anyone or put yourself under a rock for anyone. This person, for those that resonate with, okay, definitely not the X part, and so perhaps this part, okay, just keep in mind this person, like, energetically will show that they're into you because they are. And that's where that seems to stop. So, yeah. Don't love that. I don't even think I like it. Ugh. Anywho, Spirit, what's up with that? Why should we get excited over that? I think it's a, you know, okay, so yeah, to protect where you're going. Don't get wrapped up in these mofos. That's for sure. And you know what? That might be some of the ungrounding. You guys watch that. When you're entertaining, right, you're exchanging. Some of y'all thought I meant the dirty. I'm talking about entertaining. Like, oh, I address you? Okay? Entertaining. What, an eye gaze. You've got to exchange. Like, they talk about your eyes being a gate for a reason, or a gateway for a reason. Same deal with your mouth and other things. Okay? So, exchanging. You gotta really think about that. Yeah. Now, there could be some significance, again, to New York. Card. Coming through. London as well. Could be some significance to red rose petals. Well, hello. Spirit saying somebody needs to close out the cycle with somebody. This Four of Wands came back out again. Again, I cannot show it. But man's, if it's literally a man's, ain't even worth trying to hold on to something you can't grip. From what I can see, sir. Sir? It's given the body is the age, but the other part is not. Ooh, we got me clutching my pearls for a whole different reason, and I don't like it. So get over that, whoever that is, okay? I know it's like easier said than done. I get it, but like, man, I'm telling you the truth, okay? Like, just take your clarity and lick your wounds. You know what I'm saying? Because you can. Whoever I'm speaking to, you can. Maybe you just needed the confirmation, right? Love and light to Russia. All right. So, yeah. Pile number 2. Also, again, I was talking about everything in moderation. Cannot show the card. But you know, what goes up must come down, right? So, like, you know how you wouldn't want to be down all the time? Because that would be bad, right? Same deal. I'm speaking in code, but all right. Same deal with, you know, the opposite. You gotta be in balance, right? There's levels to balance, but stay in like an even keel range. Does that make sense? Okay, that's coming through for somebody. I'm not trying to be funny about this, but something about the strip club keeps coming through, and somebody might work there, right? And you might feel like, because of what you've been going through and because of what you know, and you know, right, on a personal note, but also in general, that you keep to yourself, you protect yourself, right? But you might be real good at this. And because with the Queen of Wands, that's probably a lot of eyes on you, and like you doing the damn thing, and as they should, because you doing the damn thing. Makes sense. There is somebody going to come through. Now, they might be older, but they got money, and they're going to be sweet on you. And I don't look at this energy as being the type of, like, if you want to say daddy, right? Where they look to you like property, and like, oh yeah, I could just buy you. But at the same time, they can buy you, you know what I mean? And also, they're not buying you. Like, this is giving like Pretty Woman with Richard Gere, I guess. Like, it's like, well, not even, because Richard even really just tried to be all transactional, like how much, and then so blah blah blah, right? Like there was a fucking cash register nearby or some shit. No. So to be clear, not that. Better than that. Wow. I love that. They're gonna make an offer. And they're not going to be like any ex-asshole that you know. That's so interesting. I didn't know I was going to come through pile number 2, but it's whatever y'all need to hear. Makes sense to me. And you're really going to be, like, this person is really willing to upgrade you. See, like, when they come through, they're King of Pentacles. And you're giving, like... yeah, I don't want to say that. Woo! Somebody damn sure working up. Why is this? I can't find the card that I was at. Yeah, King. Okay. So when they meet you, right? You're Queen of Wands. So it's not even like anybody can shit on you, to be clear, like, at all, right? But this guy comes through as King of Pentacles. And if you take this opportunity, right, and in the sense of not an opportunity like a business transaction, again, I'm seeing love here. Like, it's really quite not traditional, and you guys might get a lot of stares, but who gives a fuck if the love is real, you know what I mean? And this person will really upgrade you, like, for life, you know? Like, this person... But it might be on some, like, Anna Nicole shit, you know? For real. But I even believe to this day that Anna Nicole and that man, like, really... You know, the soul has nothing to do with the age of the body, thankfully, right? Because many of us are old souls. Many, many, many. This is gonna be a soulmate. Look, they're gonna. It's almost like, it's almost like this person's gonna come through, and you know, hey, even if you don't work at the club, right? Take this as like, if this is an experience that you would like to experience, right? You work at a bank, plug it in there, okay? Start manifesting if that's what you desire, right? You don't have to sit there and be all like, oh gosh, now I don't work at the strip club. It can't be for me. Who said that? Was that you? Why would you say that? You gotta ask questions sometimes, you guys, right? Even of ourselves. But this person is gonna come through and they're gonna know you, like, from moon cycles past. And of course, to be clear, in previous incarnations. It's that deep of a connection. There could be some significant tattoos. You could have tattoos all over, or you could know, I forget at the moment this woman's name, but she's a pretty badass. And she's got a pretty badass history. So that was coming through quite interestingly. Mm-hmm. Gosh, there is something. Okay, let me just get this out and then I'll get off of it. So obviously this is just as pretty self-explanatory, right? But there's something about this person when he I'm getting it's a male. Sorry, I keep saying he, but I can't get around it. So hold on one second. Let me get back to. Please help me find that. That is so funny. 1 second, you guys. Where the hell did I put that? Or is it still? So I just want to. Wait, hold on. Oh, it should be right there. That's so crazy. Man, some of these decks, bro, like some of the images, I'm like, how would we share them? That's crazy. So graphic. Oh my goodness, hold on. Please. Okay, wait here. No, that's not it. Oh my gosh. How am I gonna go through the whole deck and it's still... That's crazy. Oh, here we go. Alright. Thanks for bearing with y'all. Hold on. Okay. There is something about this man comes in and he sees you, and I felt like this when we got to this card, right? It's like he sees you as this little girl. He sees this... I don't even want to make it sound like this youthful energy about you. It's like he sees literally like your inner child, like the way that some people see ghosts. I can't get around it. So that's how you'll know who that person is, because they will cater to your little girl, I want to say. Like, and not in the sense of if you have a daughter, but I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be like not helping with your daughter necessarily. But look, they want to upgrade you, and look at the age of, you know, the woman on the card. Maybe you are also a tarot reader, or I know she's playing bingo, but when I put it in the thing, or in the thing, I'm trying to like be faster at this, you guys. Sorry, I'm slowing myself up. When I saw it in the frame, when I put it in the phone, it looked like she was reading cards. They're not even cards though; it's bingo sheets, I think. But that was interesting. So, yeah, I wonder. Let me see something. Hella significance to New York, you guys. But this, maybe somebody is getting a new beginning in New York. All right. Somebody could be a chef. And really quick, somebody might be getting an offer. Could be, let me just clarify what kind of offer. In love. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. So somebody, okay, you could be dating, right? And really quick, there's a particular option that might step up here in the next few days, weeks, okay? Maybe getting months, you guys. And you could also be feeling this energetically. I'm hearing to say you could be quite intuitive. Makes sense you found this channel. It makes sense the Hierophant's coming out for you, okay? But the situation, and maybe somebody dresses like this, like, you know, the I'm gonna say pentacles. Pentagrams, you know, like leather, rocker, goth, steampunk vibes, right? Punk vibes. Um, Spirit wants you to know that this person coming in would be like the equivalent of a tower moment, a risk, okay? There could be some significance to the aesthetic of this man, excuse me, or like this, the style of clothing again, okay? Doesn't have to be the case. And this could be somebody that you once upon a time looked at as like a freaking unicorn, like, wow, so amazing. Like, how do they even exist? Like, look what the Lord done did, kind of thing, right? But at the same time, long story short, you found out when you took the rose-colored glasses off that it was just like a bit of a delusion there, you know, maybe even spell work, you might say. And so Divine want you to remember that you've got other options, and that just because this one stood up, and that just because you thought once upon a time that shit was going to be gravy, it's not going to be, and that you should just continue to walk away, because this would not be a good time, even if this is a good time, Johnny. So that's what I got, you guys. I'm going to ring the bell for the final, and we'll see what initials and chart placements come out for those. That was kind of like a 3-for-1 on part number, or pile number 2. But it's whatever you guys need to come out for sure. And whatever works is my motto, as well as Spirit leads. So, alright, better days ahead, more to come. Stay positive. Give yourself permission to choose positive. Alright. Allow that excitement that you can feel in spite of the unknown to keep your fire lit. Okay? Let's see. Where did these come from? That's weird. I didn't need. Alright. Is this? Okay, let me see. No, we're good. Okay. Oh, alrighty. Oh, somebody's name could be O'Brien, O'Reilly. Like somebody's last name could be Connor, I'm hearing you say. Tiffany. Rachel. Andrea or Andrea. Or Drea. Adrian. Dorian. Derek. Eric. Larry, Lyle, Maya. Okay, we've got Capricorn, Pisces, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Taurus for chart placements, as well as Scorpio. Okay, initials in no particular order, and again, these could be first, middle, or last name initials for whomever may resonate. We've got B and we've got K. Maybe somebody is like from Brooklyn, Bronx area of New York, or moving there for their success. D and J. Somebody could be a DJ, or somebody's name could be DJ or JD. We've got M and G. Somebody needs to perhaps watch their salt intake. That makes me think of MSG. I and O. Maybe somebody who's listening to Migos. We've got C and N. Maybe somebody who's watching CNN, right? Or Cartoon Network. And we've got P. Last but certainly not least, all right? So that's what I have for pile number 2, you guys. If this is where you lead me, please know I really appreciate your support. Thank you for hitting a like on the video and ensuring you're subscribed here and telling a friend about the channel. You know how you can do that really easily? Sharing the video, okay? Doesn't cost any money, you guys, but I appreciate your time, energy, and efforts nonetheless, okay? Stay well. All right, let's see here. Okay, nice looking Teresa. Okay, let me see. Well, if you're manifesting like we talked about, I can't imagine he's gonna be ugly. And you know what Spirit gave Teresa? The Lovers, which means yes or no. Does this mean you didn't get specific? What's the man look like that you want? You know what I mean? And not in the sense of finding someone out there and saying, I want him, God, right? But in the sense of manifesting who you desire as well as deserve. Somebody out there in them streets already, you could desire, but would they be deserving of you? Right? So it's best to just manifest, okay, what you desire with specificity, of course, okay? So that you know when they come, oh, that's the one that should be deserving of my time, effort, energy, resources, etc. Right? So that's what I have for you, Teresa Horton. Much love and light. All right. Welcome, light, Spoonie. I'm glad you got some rest and rejuvenation. You're healing. Good job. Good job. All right. So if we don't have any other questions, do you have a question, Spoonie? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm getting a yes. She's gonna make it. It's yes on the bottom of the deck, Spoonie. Alright. It's like the equivalent of Spoonie getting to keep Creamsicle. Alright. So that's what I have, you guys. Have an amazing rest of your night or morning. I just looked in at 1:43:55 on the timer. And 1:43 for me means a big fat I love you from the universe. And of course 5:5 continuing on with that 10:10 energy, really. Endings and new beginnings, you guys. So, you know, remember that you have charge in what all you focus on. Okay? If it is taking away from you, draining you, hurting you, you don't have to focus there. Okay? You shouldn't focus there. And for what you can take charge of as far as your part, doing your part, whether that's assisting in creating peace, whether that's, removing yourself from the situation, etc. Okay, of course, do that. All right, but know you are loved, you are supported. I love you, but when I say you're loved, man, there are forces greater than I, and that's who I speak of. That you are loved by, even now, and tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. All right. You guys have free reign to post on there. You definitely don't need to ask me. I would just be happy. Now, here's the thing I notice is that depending on how I'm viewing, I don't necessarily. It's kind of crappy because it's almost like if it's the creator account, the creator doesn't necessarily have the same access or viewability, maybe that's more aptly stated, in the community board. So it might take me several days, quite unfortunately. I gotta work on this. But the more that I know you guys are posting, the more I'll just make a note in my phone to check so that I'm not missing over. And, I try to be really good with the comments usually on the videos, but the community board runs a little bit different even in the creator mode. So bear with me on that because I just found that out a few short days ago. Like, oh, I can't even get in there if I'm in the creator account. Just so odd. They don't make it easy, you guys. um, but yes, please post away. All right, I'd love for you to share. I'm not going to force anyone to do anything, but I can tell you the way that I feel, if that makes sense. And I really do um, hope and wish and pray for you guys to share a lot more because it just looks like, I'm like super vain and I, just think everything I have to say is great. And I'm really just trying to share with you guys because when you do come on here and we share this way, it's a pretty amazing experience. And I just thought there might be other ways where we could share and exchange, because we can't always sit here on a live stream, if that makes sense. So, just saying. So, thank you for those that have and will again share over there in the community. So, appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening or morning, and can't thank you enough. All right, I really do appreciate you, collective. Much love and light.